Welcome. In front of me is a Realme 14 Pro, and today I'll go over unboxing along with a quick look at the device and also its specifications. So, popping it open, we're looking at a device that will come at a price tag of... Let's actually first check that out before I start talking more about it. So we're looking at a price of just below $500 US with tax. Now, for less than 500 bucks, you get a matte finish case, which is pretty nice looking. The phone itself, which looks identical to the Pro Plus, by the looks of it. Okay, I already see one difference in cameras, so it's almost identical. Oh, and the front is also a little bit different. And also, we get charging cable right here. So, here is everything that comes in the box. Now, in a moment, we'll see the display. So, the display right here is a 6.7-inch display with a resolution of 1080 by 2392 pixels. It is an OLED display, 120 Hz refresh rate, and a peak brightness of whopping 4500 nits apparently. It also boasts 90% screen to body ratio and 388 pixels per inch. And one more thing, which you can see just a little bit, it does come with a curved display. So I know that some people don't like this. I am pointing it out. It is here. And it also comes with a pre-applied screen protector, which is a little bit annoying because it does catch your finger just a little bit. Now, if we flip it over to the cameras, we have a dual camera setup. Now we do have very similar kind of design to the Pro Plus, so I'm gonna bring that into view just so it's comparison. You can see these look really close to each other with the camera design and overall like the colors and patterns on here, shape. But Pro Plus has a triple camera setup, so this one is a camera, this thing right here is not. So the cameras right here are as follows. So 50 megapixel 1.8 aperture, 26 millimeter wide lens, and then a measly 2 megapixel f2.4 aperture depth sensor. And with those cameras you can do 4K at 30 frames and 1080p at 60 and slow motion of 120. And then at the front in that whole punch we have a 16 megapixel f2.4 aperture wide lens that does 1080p at 30. Now, just to kind of give a quick comparison to the Pro Plus, this one does, in terms of recording with the back cameras, the same thing with the 4K 30, 1080p up to 60 and 120 slow motion. But the front has a 32 megapixel, if I remember correctly, camera that does, I believe it was up to 60 frames. Although, let me quickly actually check. Did close out the top not long ago. Okay, no, it did 4K up to 30 and 1080p up to 30, but it didn't do 60. So just kind of wanted to give you a quick comparison. Now, when it comes down to internals right here, we're looking at a battery size of 6000 milliamps, which this device actually is even thinner than a Pro Plus. You can kind of see that right here. So it feels lighter and thinner, and it has still the same kind of battery capacity, but it charges much slower at 45 watts compared to the 80 that the Pro Plus supports. It's still basically as fast as the highest end Samsung device, so it's not such a big problem. What is the fact that the device doesn't come with a charger, so you'll need to get your own. Obviously, preferably one that supports a 45 watts charging. Now, we also have a Dimensity 7300 Energy processor in here, with starting off 128 gigabytes of storage and 8 gigs of RAM, and the storage is non-expandable, so you cannot put a SD card in here. Now you can spec it up to half a terabyte with 12 gigs of RAM. So there we go. And taking a look at the build quality and all that, we have what I think this is actually glass at the back right here. Let's see if it says anything. Nope, I don't really see any kind of info about the build quality right here, but this does seem like glass to me. We have I think this is actually plastic. Let me just grab this. Oh, yep, this is plasticky. So we have a plastic frame, unfortunately, which will take away from the weight, which is pretty good, I would say. I prefer a little bit lighter device, so when I drop it, it's not like dropping a glass brick that will automatically shatter. Now at the top we have what looks to be just some microphone holes right here. There is no IR blaster by the looks of it. We have our power button and volume rockers on our right side, and on the left side just absolutely nothing. And then at the bottom, the dual SIM tray, some more microphones, charging port Type-C, and speaker grill. And that's about everything that there is to it. There's also a under display fingerprint sensor, and that's about it. Now let me, actually I already did check the price. So all of this will run you, like I mentioned, a little bit below $500 US, which is a very good price, I would say. But this device specifically, considering its build quality and what it offers, does have a kind of like a contender that I would say from a different brand, being a company called Nothing. They have been producing a pretty affordable devices, and one of them is very affordable, which might not look as nice as this one. I do want to point that out, as it will be very visibly plastic build, but it does have the ability for you to switch out the back cover completely, take it off without any heat guns or anything like that. Just a couple of screws and a little knob right here that can also unscrew. And you can obviously swap out for different colors. The back themselves are pretty cheap, so you can, if they get damaged, you can easily replace it. And it also comes with a Dimensity 7300, though I think that one was Ultra instead of Energy. Let me just quickly see. Oh no, it was just the 7300, so it was an Ultra. So it might be actually a little bit slower than this, but we're talking about like minuscule differences, as it's still kind of the same processor, being the Dimensity 7300. And in terms of things like the specifications, it starts with 6 or up to 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigs of storage up to 256. AMOLED display, 120 Hz, 5000 mAh battery with 33 watts charging. A flat display, like I said, for people that don't like the curvature of like the curved displays, you might be interested in that as well, because of the fact that it's just flat slab of glass. And the device runs pretty well, and the key factor there is the price being just about $230 about dollars. So it's nearly half the price, or about half the price of this device, while offering very comparable specifications. So like I said, if you're looking for something cheaper that is still basically as good and maybe just not have a curved display, that might be a great option for you. Now I should actually say the full name. So what I'm referring to is Nothing was the company, and the phone itself is CMF Phone 1. But this still seems like a decent device, though like I said, with the price being just a little bit higher, it actually might be more beneficial to go for the Pro Plus, as this one offers just decent improvements over the non Plus version, while not costing that much more. So you just get to just a little bit more and have triple camera setup that is going to produce better photos with a device that has better specifications in general all throughout. Now, with that out of the way, hopefully you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.